Hey there, comic book friends and fiends. It's Rob here in front of the Great Wall of Comics. It's time for another episode of Only My Slabs. All right, so this episode of Only My Slabs, not good. I'll be honest. This is not going to be the most amazing, gem-filled, slab bunch of comics. This is, matter of fact, there are some comics, quite frankly, we're going to wonder what was I ever thinking to get with. But that's half the fun of revisiting these graded comic books. When you have as many as I have, we're talking about over 1,100 graded comics. There are different levels of what I was doing at different times in my collecting. We're still very early in the collection. While there are some books that have filtered, newer books that have filtered into these older boxes, a lot of this is filled with stuff from my very early days in grading comics. I just found a key. I thought it looked good. I didn't really know much about grading or a book or evaluating it, and I sent it in. And a lot of times I was sending it in to PGX, like this Batman book 457. I sent this in to PGX. No, no knock on them or whatever. It's a 9.4. It's just not a 9 near mint book. This book isn't worth squat, to be honest. I mean, it's a key. It's listed as the first official appearance of Tim Drake as Robin. It also indicates that it's the 000 indica error. Because it should say inside, it should say the issue 457, it says 000. Now, the reality of the situation is that error is extremely abundant. It's not like it's a rare error by any stretch of the imagination. As a matter of fact, I don't think I've seen one that's not one of those rare error, quote unquote, rare errors. So there you go. Maybe it's only the second print that doesn't have that issue. But anyways, Batman 457, Scarecrow issue. There we go. Next book up in this, this is Batman 570. This is a Harley Quinn, early Harley Quinn appearance. I think this is, this might be the first or second appearance in the proper Batman title. So I don't know, what does that make that? Like, she had been made multiple appearances in the animated universe. She had already made first appearance in the main DC continuity, but it's, here, I don't even think it's an early Harley Quinn appearance. There you go. 1999. So why do I get it graded? Oh no. Here's a Batman 600. Cool cover. Now this is one that, for whatever reason, I've always, when I looked it up, I'd see it was worth decent money. So I decided to send it in. It's just like, I don't even know if it's a key, really. It was just, at the time, okay. It was, I think I looked at some price guide at one point, and it was saying like it was $100, and I said, oh, okay, let's send it in and get it graded, because that's like all it mattered to, that's what I thought was important at the time, was if it was over $100, I should get it graded. Obviously, I don't even think that way anymore, but now these books were really cool. I liked them. I still like the cover. Some of these show up way better. We're going to see how this works on camera. But again, not super valuable books. There's plenty of them available, easy to get. This is Batman 23.1. Now this is a lenticular 3D cover, and I don't know with the little protective sleeve over it how well it's going to show up. So let's try it without. But you can see it's just a really good depth of field. You can see some of the 3D element. In real life, it's just crazy his ties like popping up off the surface. It's the depth of field on this is just insane in person. It looks okay at best on camera, but man, I love 3D effects if they're done right, and this book really did it. As a matter of fact, the next several books are these things. They're these. They did this with this Batman run. This is issue 23.2. Now this one's a 9.9, and it's again the same thing. This depth, you can sort of see it there, maybe with the Joker or Riddler rather, and Batman. The depth of field on this, on the way the cane comes out at you and stuff. Very cool. Part of the new 52 run. And then we would do probably the least exciting one of them all was this Penguin. This is a 10.0. These are, of course, getting a 9, 9, and a 10 on these is like doing it with a metal cover. They're super durable, super heavy, very hard to get a bend. Now, if you do get a bend in it, forget it. You're never getting that thing out. It's not going to press out because it's the regular like cardstock then with layers of this plastic lenticular material stacked up on top of it. The last in this series of these 3 ones, this is another one that looks really cool in person here. We'll see how it shows up on camera. Also, a PGX 10.0, there is 23.4. So you can see there were 4 different covers of this 23.1, 2, 3, and 4. And again, this one doesn't show up very well at all, but it's amazing in person, the depth. I mean, I don't know what to say about it. It's great. It's amazing. It thrills me. It caused me to do silly things. All right, now, New 52 Batman. We're going to talk about New 52 Batman. We got to talk about this book here. This is Batman number 6, banger, 9.8, first appearance of the Court of Owls. This is a great book. Now, this one, actually, I recently picked up on Shortbox. I have like 4 or 5 graded copies of this book. 2 of them are like 9.6s, and I have 2 9.8s. And this one was one that I did, my last of the 4 I have. I picked it up just because they were undervaluing it as a CBCS instead of a CGC. And so it was like $150 off the market rate for the book. And I decided, I'll pick it up. Because I love the Court of Owls. I think it's great. It's destined one day to make its way to the movies or something. In which case, maybe I'll finally move a book intentionally. This is a weird book. DC's Crime of Passions. Now, what's fun about this book is almost nothing, except that I did when this book came in, I did made a big to-do video about it, in that this was a pre-graded CGC book. So I didn't submit it to them. They sold it as 9.8. And when this book came, I was like, this was not a 9.8. Now, obviously, there are some spots on the thing, but you can start to see there's color rub. I mean, there's lots of, I don't know if you can see it as well here, but there's lots all along the spine here. There's spots where the color has rubbed and there's white exposed there. And then on the back side, yeah, this is all on the book. You could just see all of that. And they graded this a 9.8. It was like, you've got to be absolutely kidding me. I don't know, there was something else on here. I think there was like a bend or something. But then, of course, on top of that, you had this quality control where you're getting this plastic. But we're familiar with that at this point. This is just what CGC does. They give us crap plastic with all kinds of marks and stuff on the inside of the plastic, so it looks like garbage. But yeah, that was I was like really irritated with the fact that this book came like that, graded a 9.8, and to me it was like, I think I did a video on it at the time about, was the pre-graded thing, to blame, that, because I think this was 2020, April 2020. So this is, pandemic time books, when we started to see more of an explosion of this going on books. Anyways, let's see. Oh, here's an old, oh my God, this is a really old PGX label, actually. So this is PGX World. So this is really old, looking like the old CGC label. This would be actually their second label. Their first label, they were originally called CCG Comics, and then they had the same label type thing, which at the time CGC was using, and they were deemed that they were too similar and sued and stuff, and had to change. So that's when they changed their name to PGX World or whatever, and then later on just PGX. But anyways, this is Detective Comics 407 in a 6.5, and this is Neil Adams cover, off-white white pages. What is the key on this one? Isn't this a, maybe is it not a key? Well, if it's a key, I'll put it up. I don't know why it's not. It doesn't say on here. What is interesting is it does say when it was graded on here. So it says that this book was graded in December of 2007. So I don't remember how I came into this book. It could have very well been a book that somebody sent me, or one of these random books I just bought. Look, in my early days, I got so into grading comics all of a sudden, I would just scour eBay and look for slabs that were like coming up, that were ending soon, that were under $50, and I would buy them. I'm not happy about that. I'm sharing that with you so you don't have to repeat my mistakes. Don't do it. Make your graded comic books mean something to you. Like this book, I love this cover. This is a beautiful Carlos Gomez cover. I love this character. Ghost Spider #1. Yes, this is correctly oriented. I love when artists will do this, especially with the spider characters, just completely contort them in all kinds of different positions and angles and whatnot. But just an absolute beautiful cover. Man, that is great. This was, it had legacy number 51 on it. Yeah. Well, we're almost done. We got one book left if you're counting along at home, and that's going to bring us to a book that was an homage of another book that just put this artist on the map. And that is for Ghost Spider #8. This is the Peach Momoko variant issue. It was, of course, homage to, I think, Spider-Gwen 3 or something. Anyways, that book was the book that just blew up crazy and put Peach Momoko on the map for a lot of people. This book was the follow-up, one of many later homages to that same thing, but instead of having the first one, of course, was the Ghost Spider with the phone thing, just like that, and then later on here in this one we would get the Spider-Gwen or Gwenum. Gwenum, not what I'm saying, Spider-Gwen. Of course, Spider-Gwen, but Gwenum, as we affectionately refer to the Venom part, which is interesting because it's just a regular costume. Anyways, I'm rambling. I told you, no bangers necessarily in this episode. Next episode, bangers. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you for checking out Only My Slabs. We win some, we're going to lose some, but in the end, we'll get there. It's all just for fun. Like and subscribe, and until next time, collect what you want. Don't listen to anyone, including me. I'm just a fat man with a fat stack of comics and a fat opinion. Thanks for watching.